Hello YouTubers. For the last couple of weeks I've been working on a weaving project that is an L-shaped double weave shawl. That sounds pretty technical, I'm sure, to some of you who may not be real familiar with a lot of weaving techniques, but an L-shaped double weave shawl is really a pretty neat project, and I'm going to be putting up a video of that probably within the next week or so. And I've already finished the actual weaving of that shawl. It's off the loom. I'm not going to try and show you the whole shawl right now, but I do want to show tonight one little part of the project as an excerpt that's kind of a separate technique. What I'm doing with this shawl, it's a wool shawl. It's made out of fairly lightweight wool. I think of it as lightweight at least. Harrisville Designes Shetland wool. And I'm putting onto this shawl something called a twisted fringe. So what I thought I'd do now is aim the camera at just part of the fringe of the shawl itself and show you how I do just a couple times through doing a part of a twisted fringe, and once you get the idea of it, you'll be able to see how that works, and maybe you'll get a little idea of what the shawl is going to look like. And I can use this kind of as a teaser for when I get that the full video of the shawl done. In fact, I haven't even kept track of how much time I have been putting into doing videos of making the shawl. I might have to split this into a couple different parts. Who knows? But let's take a look at just doing twisted fringe for now. Okay, here I am working with one of the ends that will be the fringe for this shawl. Now, you know, I've got these ends from my weaving. You can see the woven part here. And there's a couple things I could do. Sometimes with scarves, what I do is I just take, maybe 4 or 6 threads off, and I just tie a knot in the end of them and call it done. Or tie a knot way up here and leave all these so that I don't have unraveling of the last piece of weft going across. But you know, that leaves you a lot of frilly stuff, and today I don't want to do that. So what I've got here is I've got 6 individual warp threads. I'll move these out of the way so they don't confuse you with numbers, but I've got 6 individual warp threads in sets of 2. So you can see I've got a set of 2, a set of 2, and a set of 2. And what I'm going to do, I've got this really handy dandy little tool that's designed for twisting the fringes here. It's basically 3 alligator clips that have been soldered onto some little metal pieces and put through a couple blocks of wood. But it's pretty neat. It works fantastic. So what I'm going to do for each set of 2, I'm going to go and grab them and put them into the alligator clips. And then we start twisting. And I'm just going to twist. We'll move this just a little bit. Oh, wait a second. There. Now I twist. And when I get these as to a fairly tight twist, about the time when if you put some slack on it, they start to tangle up on themselves. So about here, I take these out of the alligator clips, and I'm going to tie a little knot at the very end. And I know that's a little bit hard for you to see, but so I've tied a little knot right there at the end. And now I let go and it twists. And that's probably pretty hard to see because all these are one color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the next one off camera, and when I get to doing it with a contrasting color, I'll show you again. I'm going to try and zoom in a little bit this time too. So we're getting really close here. Still using same color, but can you see I'm getting a twist in these. Now you can do this with your fingers, doing all the twisting with your fingers, but you need about 4 sets of hands and about 10 fingers per hand to get it right and to not make a mess of it. So this little device, which I think it cost me like about $15. And it may seem, yeah, $15 for something that size. It may seem a lot to some people, but as a time and labor saver for someone who's putting fringes on a scarf, it's fantastic. Okay, let's grab our next set of 6 threads, and here I've got 2 purple or violet ones, and I've got 4 gold threads. So these colors are going to probably be real good for the Vikings fans up in Minnesota. At least this little set. You can see I've got them on the alligator clips there, and we start twisting. And I'm just kind of holding some tension on this as I twist. Yep. See, if I let it go in, they start to knot up on themselves. So let's take this off. Disconnect one. Disconnect the next one. Disconnect the third. And if you see here, they're still all separate. Okay, but now I'm going to put the knot in the end. And I know it's hard to see how I'm tying. It's just a simple overhand knot. And it's still my untwisted, but now watch. Let go. And it just twists up nice as can be. So that's twisted fringe for anyone who is doing, I suppose you could do it with a knit scarf or a crocheted scarf, but I think you're much more likely to want to do this with a woven scarf where you've got all the warp ends coming off. And like I say, this works for a scarf. In the case of what I've got here, it's a shawl, but the putting the twisted ends on works the exact same way. And I'll give you just a little bit of a, I'm using the book as a weight to hold the rest of the shawl in place. There's a little bit of what that shawl is going to look like, and you'll see that in probably my next video.